Hello YouTube world, Mac Daddy 191181 here with the Shade Tree Survivalists. Sound like somebody revving up a damn motorcycle down the road. Just thought I'd do a video tonight discussing the membership. Some folks have asked about being members of the Shade Tree Survivalists. First, I want to explain that right now, as it stands, with the exception of Scout, we're pretty much just friends and family. Primarily, it's just myself and Uncle Fester and Scout, really. Statue when he has the time, and you know, I consider a couple other folks Shade Tree Survivals, though they don't participate very often. When they do, they are very welcome. I think the basic thing that we need to discuss right off the bat for any future members is this. What would it require for you to become a Shade Tree Survivalist? I mean, I don't like the word rules. I don't like the word regulations. I don't like what it imparts, what it entails, because as a truck driver for many, many years, dealing with the DOT and every local yokel that I ran across, the damn rules and regulations were ridiculous. However, we have to have a set of guidelines that we all must be able to agree on in order for, you know, people from different locations and different commitments and all, when we get to, if we were to get together, can agree on, so that there are ground rules for conduct. And if you're wearing our emblem, and this is what the moral patch will look like here shortly, and the team logo, if you're wearing this, you're representing us. You're representing me. And so if you're going to be wearing this, there's certain guidelines, ways of behaving, I think, that we should all be able to agree on. And I've thought about it long and hard, and the only thing that really comes to mind, really, is the 10 Commandments of the Bible. Now, before I go any further than that, let me tell you, everybody is a sinner. I don't care how good you think you are a sinner. Simple as that. So says the Bible. I mean, you take a toddler, that's just learning to talk, and they understand yes and they understand no, and you tell them not to do something, they will bust a gut to do it, and that's just the way it is. Now, you have your very compliant children. My baby brother, Randy, he was a very, very compliant child. He bent over backwards to make everybody happy. All the rest of us are hellions, no doubt about it. I mean, that's just the way it is. We were either in trouble, causing trouble, or we were ones being picked on, and that was the trouble that followed us around. So that's the first thing. We all must agree that we're all fall short of the 10 Commandments, the ideal way of treating others. Okay, that's basically what the 10 Commandments is, if you don't know. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay, that's basically what the 10 Commandments lays out. Of course, the first commandment is you shall have no other God before me, which of course is God speaking to us, not me, Mac Daddy, but God speaking to us. You shall have no other God before me. If you're an atheist, I pity you. I truly do. I mean, if there's nothing after death, boy, and if there's nothing else you're going to get out of life, you're screwed right off the dang bat. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's whatever. In other words, you go to coveting your neighbor's wife, sooner or later, if you're a smooth talker, you may be in the bed with her somewhere, and that screws over you, your best friend, and his wife. That's 3 people, 2 families, 3 families destroyed, ruined. because you could not keep your eyes, your hands, your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? Treat your mother and father with respect. What's wrong with that? Now, of course, I understand that some folks have mothers and fathers who are scumbags and were abusive and different things of that nature, but it all boils down to this. If you only treat the ones that love you and care for you decently, what good are you? Think about this. Even evil people treat with kindness those that love them and take care of them. I mean, look at Hitler. Look at Stalin. You know, I think Henry, what was it, Henry VIII, one of the British kings, I don't know what the hell you call a man that kills his wives off, but if it was a woman, she's a black widow that kills off her husbands for the money or to get rid of them or whatever. Well, he was bad about doing that to his wives, all right, the queens. He'd have them killed. So, you know, with that exception there, even people who are evil take care of the ones that they agree with, that they love, and so forth. So you try to treat everybody with decency and respect. And believe me, I fail at this often. All right, you attack me, my first reaction is just like most people, I'm going to attack you back. It's like I was telling Debt Man 101 yesterday. He was talking about having to take his kids or somebody to the dentist, and I said, well, you just tell that daggum dentist what I tell him. You hurt me, I hurt you back. That's not the way to do it. All right, you forgive those who trespass against you. All right, if you have any hope of being forgiven. So, yeah, the 10 Commandments. All right, we got to be able to agree that we're going to treat each other with respect and decency, even those people we don't really like. I mean, because if you have a group of people, say 10 people, 2 of that 10 are going to hate each other's guts for whatever reason. Maybe they don't even have a reason. Maybe they just do. They cannot stand that person. They clash, okay, for whatever reason. But if they can treat each other decently in a group setting. That's what we're asking for. That's what we want, and that's what we are demanding. So yeah, the 10 Commandments. Absolutely, without a doubt, if you can agree with the 10 Commandments and say, yes, we're all going to fail at it, okay? But the ideal is to come as close to following those 10 Commandments as possible. All right, the next thing we need to discuss, we can't have any felons. All right, and I understand that in folks' youth, we all make mistakes. Believe me, I have made my share of mistakes. But if we have a group get-together in the future, and it won't be this year, I don't think, but if we do have a group get-together in the future, we will have firearms. We will have knives and machetes and tomahawks and whatever else folks might decide to bring. And a felon with something against them cannot be around those types of implements without getting into more trouble. And on top of that, in the media crazy world we are living in, if you allow felons into the group, the next damn thing you know, you're all over the 6 o'clock news and blah, 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 blah. So that'd be number 2. Number 3, no one speaks to the media, period. As far as representing themselves as a shade tree survivalist, not even me. The media will turn it around, twist it around, and so forth. Prime example of that is, I believe it was NBC, maybe it was CBS, ABC, I don't remember which one of the big 3 it was, that edited out quite a bit of the conversation that was recorded by the police dispatch in the Trayvon Martin and Mr. Zimmerman situation down in Florida here a couple of years ago, okay? And it made it look really, really bad for Mr. Zimmerman. Now, I'm not going to get in on the discussion as far as who was guilty and who wasn't. Mr. Zimmerman was acquitted. The the Justice Department did not pursue anything else. They run their mouth a lot, but they didn't pursue anything else. That tells me there's not enough evidence to prove the man guilty of anything. And besides that, once you're acquitted, there's a double jeopardy clause in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, okay? They cannot try you for the same thing if you have been acquitted. Now, if you've been found guilty, you have the right to an appeal, but if you've been found innocent, they can never retry you on that again. They can take it to civil litigation, they can sue you, they can get money out of you, take your property, whatever, but they cannot put you in jail or for life or hang you or shoot you or whatever the hell the case may be because of the double jeopardy clause in the Constitution of the United States. I will say this though. If the ideal of the law is to cover every single person in the United States who is a citizen equally and fairly, then both men had the same rights under that law. Stand your ground. Therefore, neither one of them had to leave the situation. The older, more mature one, Mr. Zimmerman, could have made a different decision. Mr. Martin, he could have made a different decision. They both made bad decisions, which was compounded when Martin confronted Mr. Zimmerman. So it was a bad deal all the way around. We try to use better sense in that, ladies and gentlemen. We try to learn from the mistakes of others. So hopefully if we are ever confronted in a situation like that, we do not wind up in their situation. One of them dead, one of them pretty much his entire rest of his life is ruined. Onward and upward. Let's see, what else do we need to talk about? A concealed carry permit holder would be a good thing. Family person will be a good thing. Really, that's pretty much it. I mean, really, that is pretty much it. We just want law-abiding citizens trying to do right by themselves, by their community, of course, their families, their friends, but, you know, to look out for others rather than just being stuck on ourselves all the damn time. I would recommend before you decide to ask for membership in the Shade Tree Survivals, you need to go back and watch our Philosophy of Survivals Part 1 through 3. Alright, and I did a reshoot of 2 of those videos because the original quality wasn't all that great. And if you want to watch those, fine, but you need to watch those, and then you need to watch the video called A Damn Shame. It's in the Without Rule of Law, WROL playlist. Okay, you need to watch that. You need to really understand where I'm coming from and who I am and who we are as a group and what we believe in. We don't believe in being so selfish that we're going to hoard everything or go take from other people by force if there ever was a situation where there's no rule of law or the shit has hit the fan, natural disaster, whatever. We're not out to do that. We're out to help as many survivors as we can if it ever comes to that, and to make friends who believe in the same thing. Now, if you're out for vengeance against this group or that group for any reason in a without rule of law situation, we don't want you. Simple as that. Do not want you, because that is not what we're about. And if that offends you, there's the subscribe button. You hit it again, it'll unsubscribe you. You can say bye-bye. I'm not in this to be popular. I'm not in this to make a lot of money at it. I'm just in this to meet like-minded people, and maybe, just maybe, if crap were to hit the fan, have some help. I'm checking my little time thing on the camera. At 20 minutes it auto saves and it'll cut out a certain portion of what I'm saying, and that ticks me off, but that's the damn camera I got. Onward and upward. You probably saw this in one of my other videos I just released, but I'm going to put it up again. This is our new Shade Tree Survivals address, and the lighting down here is not conducive. S.T.S. at P.O. Box 1513, LaFayette, Georgia 30728, and if you want to add the extra 4 digits beyond the zip code, it's 9998. I don't know why the post office has decided to do that, but there you go. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Just got that started. Tell you what I would like for any prospective members. You only know me by what you see on here. Maybe if you get, have went over to the Facebook page, that's all you know about me, pretty much. And I really don't know a whole lot about you. If you would like to become a member, how about send me a letter to the post office box that I just gave you. P.O. Box 1513, Lafayette, Georgia 30728. Describe yourself. Tell us what your interests are, why you would like to become a member of the Shade Tree Survivalist, and put in there that you can agree to follow the 10 Commandments as much as you possibly can. Okay, no one can expect perfection, but at least you can say you agree with them and that you're not a felon, and maybe an email address, maybe a cell phone, something like that. We can talk. Right now, because I'm not a truck driver, I cannot drive out to, say, Texas, where our friend oh my goodness, my brain has just went completely. Bold Ventures International Limited, I think is what it is. I'd love to go out to Texas and meet you, sir, but right now, because I'm not an over-the-road truck driver, that's really hard, but who knows what the future may hold. Who knows, I might get ill one day at the job I'm at and tell them to stick their job up their hind end sideways and decide to take off to a dealer and buy a new truck and get back on the road, and then maybe I could go out and meet you guys. But I like it right now. I mean, I get plenty of off time and time to do videos, time to work in my shop, and all these different things. But yeah, drop us a letter. You know, I know it's old-fashioned, but it would mean that you're taking the time out of your busy life, sit down, write a letter, stick it in an envelope, pop a stamp on it, send it to me, and I will respond in kind. If you've never received a letter, if you're a very young person and you've never received a letter in the mail, it is awesome. I mean, it's like Christmas almost, really, truly it is. I love to receive letters. I miss Uncle Fester. He used to write me 30-page letters. He'd wear me out, but I miss them. I truly do. Email is nice, text messaging is nice, the instant messaging, all this, Facebook's Messenger and all this crap. It's fine and dandy, but it's not the same thing as holding that letter in your hand, and you can see whether they were excited, and you can tell a little bit about a person's personality by how they write. Really, truly, you can. If you have some gear that you'd like for us to test, I mean, if you've invented something, you won't test it out, Mac Daddy would be happy to do that for you. But I'll go ahead and tell you straight up to your face, if it fails, it's going to be on camera. If it succeeds, it's going to be on camera. I will not abuse it or try to intentionally break it. I will simply use it. And if it fails, hey brother, I'm here to tell you, it's going to be right there on the friggin' internet for everybody to see. No, I mean, just any kind of correspondence. No rattlesnakes, please. I don't like rattlesnakes. I'll shoot the son of a bitch in the box. But anywho, yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. A lot of you guys, especially younger generation, you like a letter, put it in the mailbox. What the hell are you talking about? I'm telling you, it's an awesome thing. It is an awesome thing. So if you want to yak with me privately, that's the way to do it. I mean, the only way they can open up the mail is if they got a specific warrant to do so, and we don't have nothing to hide. If we did, why would we be on YouTube? But anywho, there you go. Thank you very much for watching. This is Mac Daddy 1911A1 with the Shade Tree Survivalist. We will have some moral patches that will resemble these very soon. So y'all stay tuned, keep an eye out, and then we'll see what happens in the future. Thank you very much. Y'all take care.